Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Play Slay the Spire. We're gonna do a daily. I've never seen this, dude. Chimera. Your starting deck is a fusion of 3 characters. That's interesting. So what are we gonna get? Red strikes, green defends, and blue strikes? Good one. Normal enemies drop relics instead of cards, so it's probably like insanely easy, maybe? That's my guess. Let's take a look. Oh, so it's just taken from the... not necessarily the starting cards, but we do have 2 defense, 2 strikes. Oh, no, hold on. This is probably deliberately constructed, right? It has all the unique cards from the deck. Like, it's got Zap, Survivor, and Bash, plus 3 strikes and 3 defense. That's cool. It's sad that it took me so long to realize what was happening there, but it's a living. Okay, so we gotta think. I mean, Zap is basically half of a strike per turn until you stop playing it. So I'm okay to play it, I think. This fight is going to go longer. Well, longer than I would like, I'll tell you that much. That's a 10 damage play, and then everything else we have is a defend. It's so weird, but it feels like not right. Like, I have to actually look at the cards and be like, what the heck is happening here, dude? You know, there is one actually pretty bad thing about Vintage, which is that... kinda hate it, but that's okay. Which is that we're not going to be able to add to our deck that quickly, especially if we choose to fight enemies predominantly instead of, like, going to, you know, question marks that could give us the opportunity to add cards, etc., etc. But, I mean, obviously, for the most part, relics are going to be substantially... why not? Relics are going to be substantially better than your average card ad, I think, but we still would definitely like to, you know, as soon as possible, add more cards to the rotation. I don't know, I guess we're going to get silent cards. I should have looked for lethal there. So I'm trying to think of what silent cards would help us out here. And, you know, the sad answer, I think, is it's the same cards that would help us out no matter what. We would like to get elite fights. Elite fights are still worth the most points. 0-cost attacks are going to be very good for strength gain purposes. You know, I really don't want you taking my gold. So I am going to apply some vulnerability here. You do question, or you do shields next? No, you do not do shields next. That's a bummer, dude. Turns out the vulnerability was not that valuable. We probably gotcha either way. We definitely gotcha either way. I love Ascension 0, man. It's so much easier. There's a sweet spot somewhere. It's probably, I don't know, those A10 runs are pretty fun. A15 is what I've heard from a lot of people. But those people are better at the game than I am, so... I mean, they might be right. A15 might be the sweet spot for a combination of difficulty and enjoyment, but I don't know. I'm not worried about it. We have a very simple task. When there's a daily, do the daily. What are you going to do after the daily? Try some A20 runs. Eventually, it's just like the law of large numbers. So we want to play Ironclad Strike, Defect Strike. The worst strike is the Silent Strike. Don't even think about it too much. Tori is very good as well. Only getting 2 elites, huh? Well, to be honest, I think I would rather upgrade a card then fight the elite as opposed to vice versa, but maybe now that I think about it for longer than a second, that's nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm liking the daily so far is what I was trying to get across. If for a while, when we were just doing dailies, it got a little boring. And I think that's because the dailies do have a tendency to be a little bit too easy. If all you're worried about is having like a difficult run, then yeah, there's usually substantially less challenge on your average daily than on an Ascension run for sure. Although, this is not going that well for us. Tori has probably saved us from like double-digit damage so far. You know, we should start here, then there. You're doing 9 damage. Might as well hit you for the most we can hit you for. Not doing so well on blocks, now that our deck is full of daisies. Who would have thought, right? Nah, don't do... Well, you know, it's debatable. It's debatable. I'll tell you, though, one thing that this has also led me to do is reconsider the specific value of some of these cards and some of these encounters. And I'll tell you, the card we add after this fight is like the most critical card of the game for us. I really wish I popped our Dex potion at the start of this, by the way. I didn't expect it to be this rough, but this card is the most important card. We only have one discard enabler, but our deck is pretty small, so I think we can actually make Sneaky Strike work there. We're lucky we got HP, too. So I think I'll go for Bash next. We are going to need, you know, remember, it's not 820, but it doesn't necessarily mean that enemies are pushovers, you know? If you get yourself in the wrong situation, it could be a very dire one. So this does 10 damage. That's so unfortunate. Yo, you dumb idiot. So what in my head I was like, play Bash before Sneaky Strike. Yeah, but then you don't have the energy left over to play. You know, like Sneaky Strike, that's the card that you... Anyway, it's alright. We took 1 damage. I'll get over it, as long as we don't take more/much more. Or any, that's also fine. We could still use more damage, and we could definitely use more defense as well. Now, don't make the same dumb mistake you made earlier. There you go. That's a much better start. Now draw Survivor, Sneaky Strike again. We got one of them. Oh, hello, Tomo. Welcome to the room, Tomo. Tomo went to the vet. I'm sorry, I'm going to air his dirty laundry. You know, Slay the Spire episodes could use all the entertainment they can get. Tomo went to the vet, and he had an x-ray, and the x-ray technician said that Tomo was so constipated, he had poop almost up to his freaking throat. So we got Tomo some fiber-rich... I think she was having a laugh to some extent. I don't think she was like, he's gonna have poop coming out of his mouth. But I think, you know, she was like, he's pretty plugged up. We got him some fiber-rich food, and he's been pooping a lot. He's having a great day. Right, Tomo? Well, a great week, actually. Oh. Anyway, my son, he's doing well. I think we'll just smack you. I mean, it's 18 damage. It's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, hello, Tomo. I mean, Bash is a strictly better Sneaky Strike if you're not playing it for value, especially, so absolutely. We should have not told that story without the game being, like, paused, by the way, because, well, I mean, you can figure it out for yourself. By not doing it that way, we've compromised our ability to get the time bonus for finishing the run. Who cares, dude? We don't need to rank well on a daily. It's all about, you don't even have to, it's always a... I don't know the words to the song, but you know the one. It goes, oh, it's always a good time. Well, okay, if I do 10 damage and then get 6 shivs, that's 36. Dude, I gotta try it because I'm pretty sure I just ran the numbers and we're gonna do exactly lethal damage to you. No, more than lethal because of our strength, but still. Dude, Molten Egg is a fantastic pickup. No Survivor. It's a bummer, dude. I don't want to take any more damage, honestly, because we're about to fight an elite, and I definitely do want to fight the elite. That's a much better turn. You want to leave, Tomo? You can leave. It's up to you, buddy. Don't let me tell you how to live your life. You know, I'm glad you came in and said hi for a bit, gave me the opportunity to tell a good story. Neither of these bosses, by the way, really... Yo, Snecko Skull is a lot of fun. Neither of the remaining bosses, I should say, get countered in any way, shape, or form by And I'm just trying to get bash. We're definitely going to get it, I guess, if we just... How are we going to... No, we can still play it. We just got to play it second. That's fine. Second. There we go. That was a really good start. What I was going to say is neither of the two remaining bosses, one of which we're already fighting right now because I took forever to make this point, get hard countered in any way by Tori. Specifically, at least. Like in this case, we can make it happen without playing either of these. We only take 1 damage. It's probably unrealistic long term. And we gotta be able to put damage on the Lagavulin to kill him in the first place, but... At least we're getting our strength up. 16, so we gotta do 13 damage to you this turn. It didn't go so badly. Duvu Doll, very interesting, but we have nothing to really do with it right now. Hold on, my chair got on top of my headphone cord. Normally, I think Terror is better here because we have some good attacks, but I think that Noxious plus Snecko Skull seems like a better call. Dude, I really don't want to rest, but I'm gonna. Just in case. I think this might be the one great filter on this run that could slow some people down. So the poison from Snecko Skull basically means Noxious is already upgraded. I just wish we could play Bash first, you know? Still a great turn, don't get me wrong. Oh, I guess we could have just used the vulnerability potion, but that's too easy. 35, we're taking 25 damage. I'm very comfortable with the fact that I use the potion now. He's rolling over no matter what, so we might as well smack him as hard as we can. I think we actually still might be in a little bit of trouble, but I'm hoping that's not the case. You're doing 27 damage? That's no joke, brother. Thinking, let's get rid of Mr. Frailty as soon as possible. And that's gonna do a little number on him, that's for sure. 2 enemies with 2 HP each. We took 1 damage thanks to Tori. That's no problem, really. They're already dead to the poison. That makes perfect sense. We can hit him once and then reduce our damage taken to 1 via Tori, which has actually been amazing for us. And then hope to make the same thing happen. So you're going down to 27. You're not necessarily going to split, but guess what? I'm going to split you. Because you're dead. Okay, I'm really happy we rested there. I think a lot of people might have taken a different approach. It's honestly a fairly tough call, but I'm alright with it. So here's my thinking. Calling Bell to get the Duvu Doll. But then we're going to have a deck full of freaking curses, dude. Which is good for points. But do we really want curses being this big of a percentage of our deck? I actually think no. Transform and upgrade 3 cards? You know, we got a 12-card deck. It could be fun. So we'll do a strike and 2 defense. Or, yeah, strike and 2 defense, because we have Survivor. We got Flying Knee, After Image, and Wraith Form. You know... Don't really know how I should feel about that, to be honest, but, well, there's positives and negatives, I suppose. 20 damage on field, no blocks in hand. So I think getting this out there seems good. Seems good, seems good. Why not? It's worth more than a strike. We're taking a big hit right at the front, though. Is this... Hello, Tomo. Welcome back, buddy. Probably add a little bit of water. You know how cats is and all that. Tomo! It's been a while since he's been in my office. You know, I think he's like, thanks for sorting that whole butthole poop situation out. It's, you know what, buddy? No worries, brother. If I was clogged up, I'd want somebody to do the same for me. Not you, obviously. You're a cat. How would you take me to the hospital? Doesn't even make any sense. Okay, dude, with Mummified Hand, this run gets a little interesting. So we'll go After Image. Hits Wraith Form. Why not? Well, yeah, why not? Noxious hits Bash. Does not hit Bash. Well, we'll play Bash anyway, obviously. We got 3 turns to work with. I think we're actually, relative to the norm, which is the only way that I think you can really look at runs like this, I think we're doing really well. Tomo said that's wrong. So I'm actually going to discard Zap here because I want to play everything else. Even though Malaise maybe doesn't seem that strong right now. It gets purged from our deck and we can play Zap again anyway. So this is our last turn of freedom to work with. Let's hit him with one of these. One of these. And I'm just going to keep saying one of these. We're just hitting him with everything we got. He will almost certainly be killed next turn. I feel like we got a pretty good setup. You don't think so, Tomo? What's wrong, brother? Bag of Marbles is pretty solid. We could do 3 elite fights if we pivot. That's worth more points, but it's also a little dangerous, right? He starts with vulnerability. Why would there's no point in playing Wraith form this turn anyway, dude. Why bother? Rather play when it's cheaper a little bit later. Plus, we'd be wasting a turn of the intangibility to begin with. Ah, that's a pretty bad first turn, though. Okay, let's draw better, cheaper stuff. Like a cheap Wraith form, for example, that made a strike free. I'm going to play Noxious as well. It hit Zap. I was hoping to get the free Bash, but oh well. You want to leave now, Tomo? Okay, you know what, brother? Thanks for popping in and saying hello. It's always a pleasure. I think I'm gonna catch you with this Bash here. Still got one more turn of intangibility next turn, but I really want to start chunking away. You get one more attack. I mean, well, he's got 2 turns of vulnerability, so let's just go for the most raw damage. And he'll actually be killed by the lightning on this turn, thankfully. Dude, this is going pretty well. Preserved Insect. Dude, honestly, with that, let's pivot. Maybe we'll even get some stuff that will add cards. Okay, first we're going to remove a card. Let's remove our basic strike. We definitely, I never thought I'd say this, we need more attacks in this deck in a big way, to be honest. So we're going to start. I thought about starting with Wraith form, but I'm going to try to split the difference. Let's do it, dude. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. We should have just played Wraith form, dude. I mean, it's still not like it's not a bad turn. I'll even play Malaise just to get it out of the deck so we draw faster. Like, you're dead to Noxious so fast. Okay, definitely that has to get out there. And then we'll make sure you die, and then we're definitely taking no damage. Okay, so making Wraith form come out on turn 1, or at least on its first relevant turn, is probably a very sensible approach to take in the future. Duly noted. Duly noted. You know what would actually be nice in this deck? As small as it usually is, any opportunity to get shivs. So something like even an Infinite Blades would be a nice card, I think, to add here. This run turned out a lot more interesting than I thought it would. Or Calcum's fine. I think Skewer is basically necessary. We can also play it for 0 to enable strength gain. So let's, we might as well make Noxious even better for now. Yeah, it's turned out to be a much more interesting daily than I originally thought it could be. So, what do we like? There's a lot of good stuff here I like right off the bat, but I don't want to add too many cards just yet, because this is a good chance for us. I think Thread and Needle is lovely. I was going to get this too, we don't have the gold, but Thread and Needle is way more valuable. I think both Slice and Quick Slash are very good. We have no draw right now, so let's go Quick Slash. And I do think that extra Dex, why not? And then in keeping with that, we took the Deflect as well. Pocket Watch, I still don't know how to feel about this card. Okay, so we don't need to play Wraith Form turn 1 here. But if we get to play it, it could be okay. Actually, you know what? This is a pretty good first turn for it. I know I just went back on what I said, but... like, the thing is... we needed... well, I'd rather not take damage this turn, and with the vulnerability, I thought we had a pretty good chance to grab him no matter what anyway. So in with one of these, and one of these, and one of these. Okay. We probably want to skewer him. Malaise is also extremely good, but I'm hoping we can kill him before it becomes a relevant concern anyway. If we play this, we'll get to play everything in hand. Pretty good. Pretty good. He's dead. Dude, this is a fun run. I'm also thinking a lot of people... I actually don't know if we need another Noxious. We don't have much weakness attempt, though, so I will add it. If only it made our, if it made Snecko's Skull apply twice, you know? But I think some people might not have constructed their deck the same way that I chose to construct my deck, and that's because I'm a genius. I think I've constructed the smartest deck that anybody on planet Earth ever could have asked for. We might as well sneaky. Just get the bonuses, you know? So I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about this one so far. It's an okay turn for a Wraith form into one of these, into one of these, into one of these for 0, but at least it gets to Pen Nib, and dude, we got some stuff going on here. Incense Burner gives us even more intangibility. Dude, look at the tiny little goblins, man. Or sorry, sneaky gremlins. This is a great turn for a Wraith form. And what do you get? You get one of these. You guys are doing 1 damage. Noxious will kill you next turn, so we definitely just go on the large guy. We've only played 1 attack, but might as well. You got the second one out there at least. I'm not going to waste Malaise this time, because if the fight goes on longer, we might need it, but... Definitely a fun one so far. I don't know, would this deck have any chance to work on higher level Ascensions? My expectation is that the answer to that question is pretty much guaranteed to be no. But also, what do I know? Maybe this is the strongest deck archetype ever constructed. All I know is that we're going to be in real trouble if an enemy, say of the boss-related variety, I didn't mean to do this, but manages to live long enough. I actually think Infinite Blades is really good for us here. Like I said, if an enemy manages to live long enough to outlast Wraith form, we might start to see ourselves being in the slightest bit of trouble. I honestly do think... Well, you know, I was going to Malaise for 1, but then I thought, yeah, what if we could just get something going here instead? That was a Pen Nib one as well. I don't really care about discarding to avoid taking 0 damage, so... Okay, so Noxious is very important here. We get intangibility out of the Incense Burner. I was very concerned that I had accidentally played Wraith form, which might not have been catastrophic, but would have been pretty dumb. He's gonna die next turn, so I think we just hit this one instead. We draw. Right. Forgot. And this is a tough one to remember, but it's important. We can't forget Unceasing Top, which actually might be relevant in some circumstances here. Okay, so Zap is a no-brainer. Shiv is a no-brainer. We gotta, if possible, we'd like to put up 18 block. I think this is the ideal way to do that. We even got a strength up. Oh, that's right. Okay, we got lucky with the Unceasing Top. We didn't have any energy, but a lot of our cards cost 0. So, you know, don't get it twisted. So we'd really like, well, not that, but that's okay. Dude, look at the poison we got out here right off the bat. If I'm embarrassed about anything, I'm embarrassed that I engaged in cowardice. And I chose to rest before this boss. Now I'm gonna beat it without having taken any damage at all. Hello again, Tomo, by the way. Notice when we're winning, my man Tomo always comes back around. This is a very, very strong and fun daily. Much to my surprise. Dude, Envenom is just lights out with what we got going here. And sure, Sozu is just like it's 10 out of 10. So, Hello! Tomo, you want to meow for the people of YouTube? Tomo! Oh, that was a pretty good one, buddy. Sometimes Tomo, I like to let Tomo sneak up on the desk, because he just sits down. Ruka gets a little silly with it. If you let Tomo get up on the desk, he just likes to take a seat. Just give him a second. This is for me, it's not for you, okay? Oh, hello, Tomo. Okay. Good run so far. I mean, we're going to rank well, but we're going to rank well largely because of the fact that we're doing the daily like 2 hours after it started. I think we can get away with a Wraith form. Footwork. You're hoping to get after image at some point, but life goes on. And just start working on the ones most likely to attack next turn. Hello, Tomo. I wouldn't mind upgrading Malaise so we can actually play it for 0. You know, Tomo, I was talking a big game, and then the man jumps up on my desk, and he pulls off a freaking coaster. Was that really necessary, dude? We could have done that differently so we guaranteed ourselves bash, but it's a big oh well. Oh, dude, you forgot about freaking Unceasing Top. Okay. Just remember, when you're thinking about playing something and you've forgotten that Unceasing Top exists, just sing some ZZ Top to get your head straight. Yeah. Every girl's crazy about a deck with drop. You guys, yeah, I mean, it's not really my ideal band to begin with either. Dude, the intangibility never ends. Although it will end next turn, so, like, be friggin' careful. You're already dead. Ah, we should have hit you with this thing. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And also, this is Mambo number 5. So we're taking the very enemy-rich path up. One corpse explosion and this deck is unbelievable. It becomes the most incredible deck that's ever existed. Maybe that ever will exist, to be honest. So really, remember, Unceasing Top. But we are going to take some damage, dude. Yeah. 16. No, we're going to take 0 damage. Thank you, After Image and Unceasing Top, for working together so nicely. Okay, so you're definitely dusted. But our other friend here is a little tricky. Actually, I think we're fine. Like, Envenom is disgustingly good, even against that guy. I fly like paper, get high like cranes. This is not my ideal relic, but here we are. So we'll start After Image. Wraith form is unnecessary, but I do like getting the free, like the refund, essentially. And we actually were able to capitalize that on a big way with Skewer. We'll also draw. We got the K, but it doesn't matter. Like, Wraith form, as long as we're able to kill enemies before our intangibility runs out, is a super who cares sort of moment, you know what I mean? Well, definitely should have played that first, but if enemies have a tendency to die within the first 3 turns and we play it on turn 1, then we're in the clear, especially when you consider our intangibility that comes from other sources, which we should really be looking at to know when it comes up. But okay, Whetstone. One of the least necessary whetstones in Slay the Spire history, but that's okay. I think we can get to 18 block without playing Wraith form. But again, why not play it if we can also get if we can get energy off of it that we can use with either Skewer or, you know, anything really. Yo, we got a good track record drawing Zap accidentally. Or not accidentally, but by pure luck. It's exactly the card we want. So Envenom first is a sensible approach. Bash will be free. Ice you easily. I think that was Pen Nib, unfortunately, and now the journey comes to an end, but Who's our boss? Because we're gonna crush him. Okay, well, it is a boss that gets stronger when we play powers, but very nice for us that one of our powers then, thank God, causes us to take 1 damage instead of whatever damage they want to do. Achoo! I agree, achoo. And achoo to you too, as well, sir. Alright, it doesn't matter. We're not going to draw Zap this time. I don't think we have other 0-cost cards, so... it would be nice to actually get Gremlin Horn as a relic, but I'm surprised at this point we haven't gotten, you know, like every relic in the game. I will say, the only thing that kind of stinks about this is we are using our X cards with all of our remaining energy, when what we would rather have happen is not really a complaint, because you do still get value, but what I would rather have happen, like, obviously, is draw more cards with the energy, but again, it's like, honestly, not even close to being a big deal. Alright, Envenom first here is huge. And for this guy, it's tough. Which X card? I mean, this is 48 damage, which is good, but this might lead to us taking no damage, which is also good. And in fact, is worth more score. Plus, we're going to have Wraith Form eventually, so... This is exactly what I wanted. So, this is also exactly what I wanted, which is a refund on the Sneaky Strike that we can use for whatever card we draw next. Now, unfortunately... Dude, I told Zap every time. Unfortunately, it didn't get used that much, but I'll just kick the intangibility forward. That's fine by me. You always got to remember that we have the slow debuff on this guy, so if we can play our non-essential attacks first, we get way more value out of that. We got Zap again. It's the benefit of having a very, and I'm going to be very careful in my enunciation here. It's the benefit of having a very small deck. We draw what we want to draw a lot of the time. And Envenom is just absolutely crushing. That's fine. Nothing to worry about. Another perfect elite fight. Dead Branch. Honestly, maybe I should have skipped Dead Branch, because I feel like Dead Branch might ruin our deck. But what do we exhaust? We only exhaust like 2 cards. Ah, but every Shiv gets exhausted as well. Ah, but here's a counterpoint. It's fun. Yeah, we eat what we like. Yeah, that's wise. We got 2 Wraith Forms in the deck now. Just thinking. Pen Nib. Pen Nib should definitely be used on you. We're not going to take damage anyway. I think you just start to purge this guy's artifacts. Okay, that's fine. Also fine. Not getting much out of the mummified hand here, but that's, you know, life goes on. We also exhaust Dazes. That's true. That's true and not great. I think we're still going to crush him with Envenom, though. The only thing I could ask for is the Specimen, so the poison gets transferred from one enemy to the other, but... Okay, well, let's get rid of all defense, and probably Malaise. Then we'll go After Image. Footwork. Noxious. Sneaky Strike will work, because we've already discarded a card. Flying Knee gets the kill. Another enemy down. So we have 19 block. 14. We can definitely get away with it, especially with Ornamental Fan. But we really want some intangibility to take these guys out, because they're annoying. This is the worst turn we've had in a long time, but still pretty good. Why? Why ruin your perfect floor? You could have just played the intangibility. But in my head, I was like, we don't need to play the intangibility yet. It doesn't matter. It matters a great deal, young man. It matters a great deal. Okay, pair is also pretty acceptable here. So we got one more elite fight. Singing Bowl is like way too little too late. I don't know if we can ice this guy in one turn. I would expect that we couldn't. But we'll see. So, dude, I mean, After Image is huge. Then you go for Envenom, I guess, but... Yeah, we're definitely not going to kill him on turn 1. But he is going to be totally screwed for the future. Although he is going to do 45 damage. Oh my god, dude. It's very rude. Especially considering one of my 4 remaining cards is Wraith Form. But you know what, dude? You do you. You want to hit me for 30? Go ahead and hit me for friggin' 30. See if I care. You know, it's just a little disrespectful is all, but no big deal, I suppose. Anyway, he's dead. It's not so bad. Let's get dodge and roll. I'm taking basically every card because we got a 21 card deck. What do we want to start with in hand? Honestly, Envenom. It might, you know, the thing is, it showed up a little bit after we started popping off, like, obviously. But Envenom is a truly, you know, like, it... Probably could have used it on a different enemy, maybe, but Envenom is the, it's kind of the main engine of our deck right now. Get rid of this, and now all of a sudden we can draw Zap, or Blur, I suppose, which came from Dead Branch, now that I think about it, but yeah. There's a couple of things. Like, I just want to make sure the cards are getting the respect they deserve, you know what I mean? Like, Noxious? We've already played all our Noxiouses? We have. Let's just get them all down to a rough level here. After Image is helping us take 0 damage. Were it not for After Image, we would probably take a little chip damage on every single fight. And then apart from that, like, it's probably pretty obvious. I mean, I'd prefer not to play Skewer for as much as they want me to play it for here. Yeah, that's a much better solution. Apart from that, it's Envenom, and then, you know, I'm not going to say it's too much personal skill. It's essentially just all of our incredible relics working together. So Panacea is very good. Madness, I honestly don't think is even necessary. I don't think this is necessary either because of Bash, but... Yes, I will fight a boss from Act 1 for a rare relic. I don't even know what relics are rare. But why not give it a try, you know? What do you got for me? Dude, Masterful Stab. It's actually pretty good if we could also get a free Bash. Check this out, dude. It's a risk. Because we got rid of our best damage dealer. And now that I think about it, we didn't even need to do... We should have discarded Bash. Because we already have some vulnerability, but we'll bash you. Ooh, 2630. Okay, we'll hit you with this then. We get the energy back. Hit you again. Don't draw the curse, dude! It's the one card you weren't allowed to draw and you drew it. How dare you? But also, like, why didn't I see it coming? Not that the fight is in any way difficult. At this point, pretty much, you know, there's nothing they can do, dude. Well, it's the danger of having an X card in hand. You might only get to play 9 or 10 cards per turn, dude. Huge dump. Maybe phrasing. Work on your phrasing on that one a little bit. Huge dump. Tingsha. Not likely to be that good, maybe, but we can now justify having prepared. Let's just rest to make this work. Like, we are going to play a lot of powers, and that's the danger of what we got going on here, for sure. But in my defense, all of these powers are very, very great. And he doesn't get that much stronger. He only gets 1 stronger per power, which is like nothing, dude. So I think I'm going to abstain just for now from playing Wraith form. Although now that I know we have 2 of them, that was a decent pen nib, actually. Now that I know we have 2 of them, I'm a little bit more tempted, honestly. Where did we get intangibility? It's from Incense Burner, I guess. It's pretty good. You know, let's just throw out the dodge and roll. Nothing else there really spoke to me too much. These guys will die pretty quickly just to aggregate poison. This would be a great turn, by the way, if we see it, see the opportunity to do so, for us to... It did hit leg sweep. Yeah, this is fine. For us to play a Wraith form, but we're not going to have the energy base now, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's still good. 54 block is very solid there. I think we're going to, you know, it's always hard to tell, I guess, how you're going to rank. I think we're going to be in a reasonably good position. I don't know if I could say that I think we're going to rank well. Just because I don't know, dude. Oh, that's a great pen nib. But I think our score is going to be relatively respectable by my standards, at least. Which I don't think my standards are particularly bad, to be honest, but... This guy is toast. He got the, you know, he had us in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why that felt like it should be said in an Austin Powers voice. He had us in the first half, baby. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, well, you're lucky, dude. Anyway, you're gonna get envenomed to all heck next turn. Let's make this happen. Dude, I hate having Decay in hand. Such a pain in the butt. Not a smart move on my part. We are gonna take damage this turn as well. Give him one of those. 26. It's rough. We're going to take another 11, but, I mean, he basically cannot get in on us. We have intangibility this turn, too. This is what happens when we play 0 of our Wraith forms. I'm going to play one there just to get a, you know, little energy refund. Actually, if there's one relic I wish I skipped, I honestly do wish I skipped Dead Branch. Because it's adding garbage to our deck sometimes that I would rather not have added. And every Shiv is making it, you know, just that much more pronounced. But apart from that, I think, you know, we saw our shot early. You know, you can only take a few cards. Make sure you take the best cards available for that, you know, knowing that you're not going to have many other opportunities to do so. And all of a sudden, we find ourselves on what was a little bit, I mean, certainly overpowered as far as relics go, but a lot of fun as well. 10, anything over 1,000, 10, 12, that's not too bad. Very few complaints to offer here. Sorry, that's muscle memory. NL's Feline Sun Tomo, hello. 52nd, but again, it's a real early into the daily here. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya!